Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! The following video will contain spoilers from the Legends of Tomorrow episode Leviathan. So, spoilers. If you don't want anything ruined for you, stop watching now! Hey guys, Dave here. Before I get going on my review, I just want to throw a little PSA out there. Now, I know a lot of people, myself included, aren't crazy about what's going on right now in Arrow, but given how Mark Guggenheim has taken things and whatnot, trust me, I'm a part of the no Laurel, no Arrow thing, and I appreciate that. But here's the thing. Recently, the new episode Canary Cry came out, and there is a new girl in a costume. The actress playing her is Madison McLaughlin. She's been in Supernatural and several other different things, and she's a good kid. I friended her on Twitter, and you know, she's a good kid, and she, after the episode aired, she's like, so, what do you guys think of it? Knowing the venom that those in the no Laurel, no Arrow community could do, I was cautious, and I said the most positive thing I could say to her. You're a good actress, but please be careful about fandom backlash. I just want to throw this out there, guys. Now, her character is actually technically in the comics. There are some changes in here and there. Am I crazy about what they did with Katie Cassidy's thing? No. Is this character got potential? Maybe. Do you like who she is or what she is in there? That's up to you. But here's all I'm asking. She's a good kid. She's a good actress. She's just doing her part. If you've got a problem with what's going on in Arrow, don't take your venom out on her. Don't direct it at this poor girl that's just trying to, you know, do work and get a job here. No. Direct it at Mark Guggenheim. Direct it at the Arrow writer's room. Don't take it out on her, okay? That's all I gotta ask. Alright. So, Leviathan. Now, it's a race against time, almost literally. So, the Wave Rider crew heads to 2166, 3 days before Rip's family get killed. And it gets kind of nutty. I mean, they show up at getting bombarded by weapon fire, and they see that the Vandal's going to be out in the open, and we see some very, well, Hitler-esque moments, shall we say. They make an attempt to try to take him out. It doesn't quite work, but a female in the crowd seems to recognize the legends, and it seems to make them. So they manage to have to retreat. Looks like Vandal's going to ground. And Kendra recognizes that the bracelet that the girl is wearing is actually hers from her first life. Now, knowing that this is her first life and may actually be exposed to nth metal or be nth metal, it can be used to hurt Savage. So, now the mission shifts to try to get that bracelet as well, to try to get, so while Rip and the crew tries to get in with the resistance there, and there's a lot of hungry, starving kids, there's a lot of stuff like that there, the other parts of the crew try to take on and capture this girl, if not try to get on to take care of Savage itself. They manage to try to get in. They get close. She seems to know all about the legends and everything, and eventually they manage to capture her, even if they can't get to Vandal. They've got the bracelet, and what's really interesting is she's been essentially prepared all her life to deal with these people. So she knows every one of them. So they've got the bracelet, now they're going to try to figure out how to weaponize it. Kendra's trying to look through the journals to figure out this stuff. She gets some flashes about Carter trying to practice with the mace. And she gets the bright idea, hey, this thing's nth metal. Let's melt it down and put it on the mace. So now she has an nth metal covered mace, so that's a good thing. Meanwhile, Snart, given the fact that she and he have one thing in common, their dads are crap, he seemed to be the only one that actually tries to get through to him. And eventually, during one part, when a very large, powerful weapon known as Leviathan starts to come in, they figured out, okay, those aren't impact points, these are footprints. So they got a 200-foot tall, giant atomic robot coming to destroy them. They managed to get a bunch of refugees on the ship. They still get taken and thrown thrown so freaking far away that it takes an hour for the darn thing to catch up with them. So they're trying to repair the ship. Martin Stein gets hurt, so Firestorm's out of the fight. And meanwhile, Snart's trying to reason with the Vandal's daughter. I forget her actual name. I can't remember if it's Vanessa or Jessica, but I think let's just call her Scandal Savage, because that's what she's in the comics. Anyway, so he's trying to show that these people aren't warriors; they're just refugees. They're ordinary, scared people trying to do the best they can against a repressive regime. Especially when he drops the ball that, well, it wasn't Perdegaton that killed her mother. It was Vandal who dropped it. So now we start having some interesting things there. Eventually she's released. Vandal's sending a robot, and thanks to a little ingenuity, it looks like they're taking the power from the auxiliary time drive to boost up the Atom so he becomes Atom Smasher. I don't know if this is going to become a permanent thing. It might be just a one-off. I think it's kind of good to see that they did. Well, the CGI was a little bit of a different take on it, because normally we're used to like seeing force perspective and just filming normal people with small stuff around. So I guess it's a good thing it didn't happen, and apparently my phone agrees with me. Anyway, so this is there's a big slobber knocker going on while Jax is effectively in the corner being Mickey to raise Rocky, and it's kind of interesting seeing these two things going off. Oh, by the way, Leviathan is one of the nicknames or code names given to Gim Allen, also known as Colossal Boy in the Legion of Superheroes, so that's appropriate. Yeah, the fight's going back and forth with them. It gets pretty hefty, and then we start to see just that looks like Vandal's daughter is turning against him, and here comes the big final raid to try to take him out, and the Legends are kicking serious backside in the compound. Kendra finally catches up with Vandal, and the first time she mollywops him with that freaking mace, the freaking metal energy pattern just hits, and I would be the first person to say it. As soon as she starts hitting, the blast pattern starts happening, I start singing The Last Dragon. I'm not even kidding. Oh. But it was freaking awesome. It looks like he finally got on the rope. She's about to bash his freaking skull in. And then one of his personal guard comes in. Kendra manages to take him down, get the mask off, and finds out it's Carter, reincarnated in this life. And this seems to be Vandal's ace in the hole. He didn't realize who he was in his past lives, so Vandal brainwashed him and potentially blocked out any possible, memory of his past lives or who he actually is. So he's brainwashed him. So Kendra's put in a bad position. If he kills Vandal Savage now, then the world could be saved. But if she does, she's going to lose Carter, because he's brainwashed and you'll never get him back. She comes so close, but she finally decides not to. They manage to capture him. They've got him on the Wave Rider. A lot of innocent lives are saved. Vandal's daughter goes to the Resistance and tries to help them out as best she can. And Vandal, even in that frickin' prison, he's showing he's manipulating a long game here and has one step forward on everybody. That is really makes him dangerous. This is why this guy, even though his only power is immortality and healing, he's taken on guys like the Justice Society, the Justice League. He shows why. And that leads up into next week's episode, so that's going to be pretty darn cool. And we unfortunately had to wait and see it until the next day after the darn thing aired, so I was trying to avoid spoilers, but I didn't really do a good job, so yeah, par for the course. I guess I was just going to be watchful for that. Anyway, all in all, not a bad episode, and definitely full of plenty of action here. Although it did remind me of something. When the Legends are facing off against Vandal's armed guards, everyone's pulling guns out except White Canary, which I kind of understand, but back when she was just Canary, she had those little sonic balls that she would do for the Canary Cry. Where are those? She hasn't used them since she got back, apparently, and that's a serious thing that could be part of her arsenal. Hell, Laurel used one of those as a modified device to create the Canary Cry collar. I'm just saying, this could be a serious distance weapon that could actually help her. So, Sarah, please, bring back the Canary Cry balls, okay? You know, all I'm saying is, you know, Katie Lotz, you're a great actress, you're a great fighter, apparently a great singer too, I found out that recently. But you're missing a certain weapon, and yes, you are great in hand-to-hand, but, you know, it's lacking a little something without the balls. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, what did you guys think? Please, like, comment, subscribe, share, pass this bad boy around. And like I said, if you got problems with what's going on in the DC CW Arrowverse, particularly what's going on in Arrow, please don't target actresses like Maddie. She's a good kid. Go after, you know, target it. Let Mark Guggenheim know. Let the show writers know. Don't go after the poor kid who's just doing her thing. So, what did you guys think? Until next time, Dave signing off. Peace. Yum yum.